Universe, Earth, Man. Brief history of God and ancestor of man. Almighty God is meant the original God at the beginning. Namely has created the universe, all dimensions, the nature and man from nothingness. That is the God of Almighty. Some say there only exists one God, but there are the gods that are given spirits from the parent gods. And man with the flesh is the God at present day. Namely man of the God in the earthly world. When one traces back to the origin of the gods at the beginning, there is the ultimate God in absolute nothingness of the eight-dimensional world. Then in the seven-dimensional world appears Mutofumi Kurai Minoshi Nushio Okami. Then in the six-dimensional world, Aim Hajime Aim Hashira Nushi Okami appears, and with the intent of the creation of the gods. Create the structure of the universe and the progress of the revolution for future. It is the original gods. The gods of the creation, creators, have a plan consistent through the beginning. The five-dimensional world is called Kagurimi Kai, where all the living creatures are administered. And the original gods have born the children of the gods, providing their characters. The children are many but not unlimited. The intent and the will of the creation in the six-dimensional world are inspired life. The spirit of light is inspired life 38-2, and the living creatures successively are born. This is the world of the five-dimensional world. The original gods have made all the living things spiritually substantiated. Every god has got spiritually substantiated body. All the gods as well as the original gods have become the gods of the god spiritual forms with lives vigorously brilliant. All the gods can move and form their bodies freely at their will. This is the world of the four-dimensional world. This world is kept long. The original gods and the children of the gods act freely and have lived like a family. As in this four-dimensional world the gods can act with their will freely, it is called Kakarimi Kai. In this Kakarimi Kai, the original gods have established a structure and order for making a living life and made amicably the frame of the government. Kuni Yorozu Sukurinushi Okami, another name Kokuso Kuni Takotachi Okami, presides over the four-dimensional world of Kakarimi Kai. The wills of the gods of the creation do not cease here. Further create the nature and conceive man with life that can conveniently move around. Conceive a world where reflects the world of the gods, and a better and more beautiful life will come true. And for that the gods conceive making man. This is a true history of the creation the gods have done. The names of each god at the creation are named after their task assigned respectively. The worlds of the original gods and each dimension continue to this day, and their task continues. And the results reflect to the earthly world as well as to the universe. Now the time has come to clean the D-dimensional world and people's heart. It is time of transition in the universe, and now directly the original God's work concentrate on man. Dimension of the upper world is administered by the original gods. All the gods appear in the four-dimensional world. Another name is the four-dimensional God spiritual world, and have close relations with this three-dimensional world. The three-dimensional world is begun from the space, where realize all the functions faculties of the four-dimensional world as they are, and made boundaries between them. All the nature is created for this world, and man is made for the gods. To make a living there. The original gods have made a hard effort and done many experiments for the creations. And at last the gods have completed man with many functions furnished. Man wears and absorbs a spiritual substance created and provided by the original gods in the four-dimensional world. Also at the three-dimensional world the spiritual substance is provided and it is materialized, taking a product of the nature in the actual world. And the spiritual substance of the original gods man has gained the metabolism and has acquired the human flesh with life. The original gods preside over the four-dimensional world. Kokuso Kuni to Kotachi Okami has created the human body with the spiritual material taken from his own god's spiritual body. The spiritual material is seeded and it has taken several hundreds of thousand years to successfully create the human flesh body. The gods have inspired it with the life with the spirit of Daiji Shogun Ohkami. Daiji Shogun Ohkami is the eldest son of Kokuso Kuni to Kotachi Okami. Daiji Shogun Ohkami is given the most of Kokuso's nature and also given the characteristic of Amaterasu Sume Omakami, who presides over the five-dimensional world. Daiji Shogun is the first man ever given the human flesh. The goddess of Daiji Shogun Ohkami is called Tokoyo Hime Okami, and also given the human flesh body. These two are the first parent of the human race, and the sovereign for this world of the three-dimension, which is divinely determined by Kokuso Kuni to Kotachi Okami, that presides over the four-dimensional world, and Amaterasu Sume Omakami, that presides over the five-dimensional world. Daiji Shogun Ohkami is itself the god of human being and man of the first in this world. And Daiji Shogun has become the first Japanese emperor. It is the history of the gods in the ages of the god and the ancestor of man. There is the age directly governed by the original gods when there exists no human race in a flesh formation. In the ages of Jinku Judei continue 25 reigns, and in the ages of Teikugaya Fukiyazu Shu continue 72 reigns. The present emperor is the 124th emperor of Jinwei age since the emperor Jinmu. The lineage of the emperor never ceases and forever continues, because it is the divine nation where the gods of the creation preside. The spirit of the emperor is divinely determined as Daiji Shogun Ohkami, who has the omnipotent power to conduct all the tasks in the earthly world, control all the materials, spiritual substances, soul and spiritual body, and can connect to the spiritual lineage of the original gods and even has the capacity of them. The universe, the substances and the earth where man inhabits are the celestial body where Japanese emperor let all of them live. Daiji Shogun is the solely, absolute and central existence of the god that has the flesh body in this world. Daiji Shogun is called the Emperor of the universe. The god's will and the protection of the upper world are centered on Emperor of Japan. Daiji Shogun Ohkami is the realty of the base of all the gods in the universe. The providence of the gods is centered on Emperor of Japan. The Emperor, the sovereign, of this world, governs everything in the nature such as trees, grasses, or stones etc. in the earth. Each dimension is created and is presided over by the gods. This world, Kugurimi Kai, is made and further the original man is made in it. The link between the gods and man since the beginning to this day is done by man of the flesh body itself and the factors of man. Namely the spiritual and the spectrum forms and the flesh body are vigorous and always furnished with these factors and have the links to metabolism. Man's constitution and character receives the will of the gods from the universe and each dimensional world. And the source of the substances of the gods is full of the gods' intent. Man is made so that all the absolute necessary steps of the universe and the earth are furnished. The gods have created man on the basis that follows the pattern of the universe. The god presides over the 5 dimensions, the god presides over the 4 dimensions. And the god presides over the 3 dimensions are called the 3 great poles of the central gods. The ancestors of Japanese imperial household is the origin of mankind. The first emperor is called Bankoku Omuya Tenshoku Amatsu Hitsugi Sumera Makoto. The spirit of Daiji Shogun is given and divinely determined as the sovereign of this earthly world. Thus God's will is led through all universe to the earthly world. There has established orderly the age of theocracy. The gods of the sovereign in the 5, the 4 and the 3-dimensional worlds have restored their original positions respectively. And appreciate the intent of the gods of the creation in the 6-dimensional world. And the greatest grand original gods in the 7-dimensional world and communicate the will down to the 3-dimensional world. Here is achieved the Amatsu Shinsoku structure of the universe made in the beginning, a regime, the tasks for each dimensional world, connection to the gods, completion of the system for raising man to be perfect. And the establishment of divine root for all the creations go on living.